Welcome to the Managing College and Life resource, brought to you by the UCD Access and Lifelong Learning Centre. The aims of this resource are to explore the expectations and demands that you have to manage as a student, to discover practical self-management strategies that you can implement, and also look at some resources that are available to you throughout your time in UCD. The role of being a student is essentially a juggling act, as most of the time we are not just students, but also friends, family members and workers. We have several academic, personal, work, social and family, and financial demands all to juggle at the same time, which can get overwhelming. At times, all of these demands can take their toll on our mental and physical health. Looking after both our mental and physical health is essential for managing our student role, as well as the other roles in our lives. What is the secret to successfully juggling all of these demands, you ask? Why, it is self-management. Self-management are those practical strategies you employ to support yourself as a student in managing the stresses, demands, and activities of daily life. The 4 steps to self-management are identifying the daily activities that you need to do to fulfill your student role and other roles, reflecting on your personal experience of things that affect your ability to manage and the signs that you're not okay, identifying practical approaches that help you engage when things get difficult, and identifying personal and professional supports that support you to engage. The first step is identifying all of the things you need to do to fulfill your student and other roles. Whip out a sheet of paper and write down all of the roles you have and list the responsibilities that come with these. For example, if you're a mature student who is also a parent, works part-time and sees friends, your responsibilities might look like this. Use a long-term semester planner to fill in the demands you already know coming up, such as deadlines, exams, work schedules, and personal commitments. This allows you to plan for things in advance. For example, if you know that you have a wedding coming up at the weekend, and also that you have 2 essays due 2 weeks later, then you need to plan accordingly. Using a weekly planner or Google Calendar, map out all of your academic and non-academic demands for the week. This may include tutorials, lectures, and labs, and your work schedule if that's applicable to you. When you do this, you can put in your commuting times to and from college and also meal times. You'll then be able to put in things such as appointments and other social commitments outside of college. It is also important to put in leisure occupations within your routine for balance. Finally, you will be able to identify time where you can study throughout your routine and also rest, as this is equally important. Step 2 is about reflecting on what you have personally found affects your ability to manage your demands and when you show signs of not being okay. You might think back to a time which was difficult to manage and reflect on how you felt during those times. This allows you to recognize how you responded. These experiences are unique to you and there is no right or wrong answer. However, it can be beneficial to reflect on these signs that show up, as you will then be better equipped to recognize them when things get hard again in the future. Step 3 is about identifying practical approaches that help you to engage. We are going to break these down into productivity strategies such as goal setting, prioritization, and learning to say no, self-care strategies such as taking care of yourself, challenging negative thoughts, managing fatigue, and relaxation techniques, and also leisure strategies such as doing the things you love, socializing, and taking breaks, as all of these things lead to self-management. Goal setting is important, not just for academic work, but for most projects in life. If we do not have a goal, we don't know which way we are going. SMART goals are a method of setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. Please see the goal setting resource for more information on how to do this. At times in college, you may have so much work to do and not know where to start. The Eisenhower matrix, as shown here, is a matrix you can use to prioritize your academic and non-academic tasks into how urgent and important they are. Make a list of all of your tasks, Categorise them based on each quadrant, and once you've done this, you've got to get cracking. Lastly, learning to say no is important for not taking on too much. Evaluate your current situation before deciding to take anything new on. And if you have enough on your plate at the moment, don't be afraid to say no, or at least offer to help at a different time. As Steve Jobs said, focusing is about saying no. Taking care of ourselves includes eating healthily, sleeping, and exercise. Tips for healthy eating include eating plenty of vegetables and nuts, drinking plenty of water, and limiting our sugar and caffeine intake. As for improving sleep hygiene, things such as setting a regular bedtime and wake time, aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, keeping your bedroom cool, and trying relaxation techniques before bed can help. As for exercise, you don't need to become a gym bunny or marathon lover. Exercising 3 to 4 times a week while also incorporating small amounts of exercise throughout your day, such as going for a walk during a study break, can be really beneficial. How we think greatly influences how we behave and feel. If you find your thoughts towards a situation are quite negative, the stop technique can be useful to implement. The first step is identifying negative thinking and saying to yourself, stop. The second step is challenging the negative thought. Look for what evidence supports it, but also what evidence there is against it. The third aspect is replacing the thought with a more realistic positive thought. Think about what you might tell a friend. And lastly, it's reinforcing that you have challenged your thoughts by rewarding yourself. Get yourself a cup of tea, call somebody to have a chat, or spend a few minutes playing your favourite game. Fatigue can be common in college students, and it is important to prevent fatigue in order not to burn out. A few strategies for managing fatigue include pacing yourself, knowing your limits, anticipating difficulties, scheduling in breaks, rest and relaxation, and setting up your environment to reduce fatigue, such as only bringing the necessary materials around in your bag. There are different types of relaxation techniques. Deep breathing is one method where you inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This can be done anywhere at any time. Mindfulness is another relaxation technique, which can be done anywhere at any time, and is good for grounding you. Identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Progressive muscular relaxation is another method of relaxation where you systematically tense and release different muscle groups in order to relax the body. Close your eyes and scrunch up your toes, tensing your muscles, then releasing them. Repeat this process with your calves, stomach, shoulders, arms, and hands. Finally, meditation is not everybody's cup of tea, and some people find it difficult to sit for a long period of time in complete silence. If you're new to meditation, a guided meditation such as Headspace can be helpful to start out. Headspace is a great free app which offers 3, 5 or 10-minute guided meditations with informative animations about what meditation is and how it works. Finally, leisure strategies. This focuses on doing the things you love, such as music or movies, socializing, such as seeing family and friends, and also taking breaks in your routine. Life is too short to work all the time, so you need to organize something fun in your routine to look forward to. The final step in self-management is to identify the personal and professional supports you have to support you in engaging in your student role. You should expect curveballs during college. Therefore, having support from family and friends, and even having your lecturer or tutor's contact details can be helpful to have, as you never know when you might need them. College is an incredible adventure, but that doesn't mean it's easy, so don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Some of the supports that are available to you during your time in UCD include the Access and Lifelong Learning Centre, your student advisor, family, peers, the Health Centre, Student Counselling Service, and the Student Union. Here are some useful contacts to have on hand. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but actually a sign of successful self-management. Thank you for watching this Managing College and Life resource from the UCD Access and Lifelong Learning Centre. Enjoy your time in college and the very best of luck.